Yep, it's here. Hello, JCI USA. Welcome to Leadership Live. I am super excited to have a couple of our first timers here that enjoyed our Empowerment Summit last week. I also have NVP Trey here with us, who's going to talk about our Triple Crown program and how we've been participating in it. NVP Trey, I'm going to turn it over to you real quick to talk about the Triple Crown.
Thank you, NVP Miranda. Normally I go live myself with a baseball trivia question, but I decided to jump on the show with Miranda and Leadership Live this evening, so we didn't kind of overwhelm people. But I do want to say that I'm very excited. XCOM got kind of competitive today. The 2020 team got very competitive about sharing the Triple Crown, doing actual tasks, and we've started to see a lot more participation coming in, so I'm excited about that. But again, coming to you live tonight to share this week's trivia question. Again, the trivia question is a weekly thing that we do, and the person who gets the trivia question correctly gets a signed baseball from National President Justin, our 100th National President. So that's a cool little incentive for knowing your baseball trivia. And then again, just hopping on for a few minutes with NVP Miranda to, share the different tasks as we come off the Empowerment Summit. We had a lot of people attending that. That was one of the tasks. All you have to do is send an email to tjenkins@jciusa.org and let me know that you completed it. It's very simple. All state presidents have the task list. If you need it, you can reach out to me via Facebook, email tjenkins@jciusa.org. 803-420-0114 is the cell phone number. Do not post that on bathroom walls. I will not appreciate that. It's JCI related only. So, but let's get into it, because I do not want to hold up Miranda and her excellent panel this evening for their first timers. So the question, we're going to go with the World Series, and I'm going to show a little bit of love to the West Coast. Even though the Dodgers beat my Braves in the National League Championship Series, I'm a little heartbroken. However, I'm going to show love to the West Coast with this question. It is a World Series question as well. You can post your comment, post the answer down in the comments. Miranda's going to be checking that out for me. She does know the answer. First one to get it will get that signed baseball. Here is the question. In what year did the San Francisco Giants face the Oakland A's in the first All-Bay Area World Series? Is it A, 1999, B, 1989, C, 1979, or D, 1969?
Program and how we've been participating in it. And Trey, I'm going to turn it over.
Again, that is the first All-Bay Area World Series between the Giants and the A's. 1999, 1989, 1979, or 1969. While we're kind of waiting on the answers to potentially come through, I know it's a little bit of delay with Facebook and the fact that we're on Zoom. I will say it's been fun to see a lot of the the bonus point pictures for going to JC signs. Miranda and my wife have been kind of going at it all day today, tagging each other, photoshopping themselves into pictures. So it's been fun. But with the JC bonus point pictures, whether you have, the local sign when you welcome to city, the JC sign on it, an adopt a highway sign, whether your JC chapter has funded a park, baseball field. I'm trying to think of all the different options. There's so many of them that you can have opportunities.
What if they went and held their banner or something in front of their sign?
That's fine as well. You know what? Be creative with it. The whole thing is to get members engaged and participate in the different opportunities that this organization has. So, I'm fine with it. Get creative. I mean, if people want to be petty about, they Photoshopped themselves in a picture from the Back to the Future movie. You know what? That was pretty freaking cool. I'm sorry.
I do see. Okay. I wasn't on the comments. Hold on. I wasn't on the comments. Right. Okay. It looks like the very first one was Bill Duncan. He said 1989. I was stuck in replying to Bill Duncan, actually. But Bill Duncan, congratulations. You actually got it. So you will get a signed baseball from President Justin.
Congratulations. Yeah, we'll make sure we get his information to have that sent out to him. But
So-
yeah, I mean, the Triple Crown is absolutely fun. Like I said, those photos are fun. These tasks are really easy. Add a new member, get them involved in Passport, host a virtual event and submit a PMG, talk to your chapter president, and share 3 ID projects that would work for your people. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity all across the board for people to get involved and engaged. And I'm happy to see that we've had a lot more excitement and participation today, and I look forward to more as the days go on. This will end on November 30th. And we do have shirts as swag. So yes, there's cool prizes for it. It's not going to be just a handshake or a wave or a Facebook post. We got you. We're going to show love to our winners in 2020. So I look forward to more participation.
Before we get into the actual Empowerment Summit, we do have some of our very first timers here on a virtual Empowerment Summit. And we do have World Congress that is going virtual as well. And that's something I've never been able to attend because it's super expensive. And another task on your little Triple Crown that's easy to achieve is to connect with someone outside that's involved in JC's outside of USA. So I see you're watching there, NVP-elect Marianne. The 3 of us down here get one leg up on you. President Ebony and Tiara and Gabriella, we get to talk to immediate past President Crispin, who has attended 3 World Congresses. So Crispin, do you mind telling us a little bit about how great World Congress is and what the benefits would be? Because now they get to do it on their own schedule and for, I mean, almost nothing compared to the normal cost of it.
That's right. You just have to travel to your phone or your computer and you're there. So for anyone that's been to World Congress and you know how long we have to wait for the elevators or escalators, this gives you that chance. World Congress this year is going online and virtual, and it is for 2 weeks. The first week, which is going to be from October 24th until November 2nd, is the official business of the JCI. This will be where they hold the annual meeting for all of the national presidents and chief delegates. This will be where the elections are happening, changes to the bylaws, all the reports that are coming out from all the work that members across the world have been doing. From there, we're moving into the JCI Rise VIP program. And this is going to be a 1 week long special focus on our Rise, which is the rebuilding, the investing, the sustaining, and evolving. And this year, what's special is we brought in a lot of the partners that we have internationally for JCI, and some of these partners are actually located in your own communities. So for example, we have the International Chamber of Commerce, which will be taking part in rebuilding. We're going to have Invest, which will be our BNI. You've heard this year we introduced a new partnership with Business Networking International that's in a lot of your communities. They're going to show you to make sure that you're investing in the time to network and ensure that you are expanding your networks. Sustaining, making sure that we have the right skills to work forward, and that's with ISIC. So those are people that are making sure that we are doing our best practices so we can meet all the global goals. And finally, the World Business Angels Investment Forum, they're going to be there to help us to evolve our business practices, our own personal practices. But it's not just these big days. There's actually over 25 different individual skill sessions, so about 5 or 6 per day. They're launching a brand new, for the very first time, JCI official course. This will be JCI Explore, and it's replacing JCI Admin. So you'll want to take that course. And those that do take it and have taken JCI Discover, they're going to be able to train that course to members across JCI USA. So it's really exciting. You don't have to travel across the ocean. And what's great this year is that anyone who has registered for the special course, what they're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to watch those pre-recorded keynote speeches. They're going for 3 special time zones: St. Louis, Harare, Zimbabwe, the hometown of our world president, as well as Yokohama, Japan. So there'll be morning, afternoon, and night, but you can watch it there. The difference is you can get $20 for the first week or $100 for 2 weeks, and that gets you the entire program. Usually World Congress starts around $450 and go up to $600. So this is a great deal where you can just watch from home and include the opportunity to meet members from around the world as you'll be in breakout sessions. I know during our national convention just last week, I was in a breakout session with a few of the members that are on this panel and got to know them a little bit more. Imagine meeting someone from the other side of the world. So that's World Congress.
Yeah, they have a lot planned going on. And the good thing is that, like you were saying, we're going to be able to go back and watch it at our own pace as well. So you don't have to be up in the middle of the night, because that's normally, I've heard the jet lag is quite painful sometimes. And so you don't even have to worry about that this time. So
yeah, last year it was a 24/7 Congress. There was something going on all day, every day. And so this time you don't even have to worry about getting building to building or different parts across the city. It's all in one place.
I really do wish we could have went to Japan, though. I was kind of looking forward to it.
Well, put South Africa on your plans for next year in JCI Johannesburg.
Be beautiful, I bet. All right. So thank you for sharing all of that about World Congress and allowing us to check off one more task on our Triple Crown. And so now let's talk about our Empowerment Summit. What was, which one of y'all, I know last year I did have the pleasure of meeting President Ebony at Corpus Christi. So I know it wasn't technically your very first time at a convention, but it was our very first time at a virtual convention for even myself. And so what was y'all's most memorable moments or the most important, empowering moment this weekend? We'll start with you, President Ebony.
Okay, I think I really just enjoyed being able to take 3 JCI courses in that week. I carved out time, I wasn't going to work, but I took some time off just to be able to, just fall into being a JC and taking advantage of the courses, because sometimes you can't get it on in any other time. So it was available. It's like, let me just do it. It's here for me. And then another part was just being able to connect with members from across, the world, but the U.S., just seeing everybody again, even if it is virtually, people that I met at Corpus Christi last year, but also people from North American Academy earlier this year. So just being able to connect with them again, that was just a really great part of the Empowerment Summit.
Yeah, it really was. Gabriella, what was your favorite part of the summit?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I think I am muted. Okay, thank you very much, Miranda. Okay, so for me, the summit was my first time for being in a virtual meeting. The good thing about it was I was able to juggle in between different sections. My phone was, so it was like I was everywhere, and then it gave me an opportunity to also connect with several people, some for the first time, and it brought convention closer. Everything seems like it was happening real. I could see people dressed up as if we're actually in a physical convention. So it made it look real for me. So it was fun. Yeah.
It really was a lot of fun, even though we were sitting at a computer for what felt like a very long time.
Yeah.
And thankfully we were able to turn our camera off and go stretch our legs when we wanted to, but it was fun. Yeah. And Tiara, what about you?
I would say, just like Gabriella said, it was just being able to have that flexibility. I could be driving. I don't know if that's dangerous or not. I wasn't looking at the camera, but I was listening. I could sit at work, don't tell my boss, and but I still could, participate and enjoy. I will be honest, the first few days I just said, I don't think I'll even be able to, do the Zoom calls and stuff. I'll be at work. I don't know. And something just told me, just go ahead, just try. Maybe you can at least sit and watch something or hear something that you can learn, and keep with you, whether it is with the JCs or professionally. So I did just that. And every day I made the time, I carved out the moment to log in and view something. And I ended up, always logging in like, oh, I got to get my phone. on my lunch break, oh, I need to get on my phone. So it was really fun.
Yeah, it does kind of create a little bit of FOMO and oh, I don't want to miss something. And yeah, especially once you were in like that first timers group and then you see like them talking about something and you're like, what did I miss? And then so you definitely didn't want to miss it the next one, you know?
I was really jealous. Everyone's pictures were being posted on Facebook, and I was like, man, but it's okay.
IPP Kristen, what about you?
I enjoyed watching the competitions. I'd seen New York State competitions before, and when they went to debate against Michigan, that was really exciting to see. And then also hearing from in the candidate question and answers, it was really good to know a little bit more about our next set of leaders and next set of executives. So that was really nice to see.
Yeah, it really was. What about you, MVP Trey?
There's so much to take away, but I think that probably the most fun I had was when the 2020 MVP team like decided to hop on like the different state opportunities. I think that was a lot of fun, being able to engage with, different states, and then, hop into North Carolina, hop into Virginia, hop into Florida, and it was just bouncing around Minnesota. We were just all over the place. So I think that was the best part, because it gave us the opportunity, since we weren't in person, to be able to actually connect instead of like in the state rooms or suites or institute rooms or whatever. It was just a great opportunity to be able to connect that way, and that's what I enjoyed the most from it.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite too. However, I will say that I confused the first timers scavenger hunt with, was it Minnesota scavenger hunt? And so I was running around doing that one and posting those pictures, and Trey's like, where are you at? And I'm like, I'm doing the scavenger hunt. Yeah. So I was late to the scavenger hunt. So I should have been a blonde, I guess, sometimes. But aside from that, I really enjoyed listening to the past 100 presidents. Well, not obviously all of them, but really listening to them and taking away from some of the things that they had to talk about their past leadership, and just listening to the difference in their leadership styles and the difference in the things that happened. And, while here we are sitting in a global pandemic and thinking, oh man, but then we have, Sidney Tompkins, who was leading during 9/11 and things like that. It makes you really just like, well, at least we have technology. So.
Yeah.
So, okay. So this time I'm going to start with Tiara. You said things that you might want to take away from it professionally. Was there anything that you were able to take away from this professionally?
So at first I was thinking, with being a team player. So, of course, being with your chapter, you get to know everybody, you get comfortable with everybody, and it stops being so brand new. You don't get those jitters, and you don't have to learn how to deal with anybody because you got comfortable with them. So, being thrown, I hope y'all can't hear my cat. You can hear, oh my God. Okay. We'll take care
fine,
of it.
Though we all have it.
Look. So so being with the Empowerment Summit, you got brand new faces dealing with brand new people. So it helped to sharpen those skills again, learning how to, work with a group of people that you've never met before, or talking and communicating with people that you've never met before. So that part helped me professionally, because I can get comfortable and then get shy with people that I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the social media stuff, that was, mind blowing. Just learning how to engage with people and stuff like that online.
Yeah, the social media is a lot. I've learned a whole lot this year. So, and Brent wants to know, says, now you have to tell us your cat's name.
Her name is Ziggy, and she's a little girl. So we haven't, taken her to the doctor yet to, fix her situation. So she's going through some things. and she can get very vocal. So
Bless it.
let's just not talk about it.
All right. Well, then we'll go to Gabriella. What about you? What did you gain anything professionally that you can use in the workforce?
Okay. Number one, social media. I believe when I was in the class for the social media, some things were just new for me. Like what the connect from Facebook, Instagram, how you could engage people. I mean, that was a take home for me. Like, okay, so now not just using my phone to just check what's happening, I can also my phone is like a tool for me to also get something working for me, advertising. So it was a selling point for me. Then also, so now in my chapter, I discovered that it's not just you being a leader. There's also room for people to express their views, express what they feel. Being a new member, I got the opportunity to also speak, despite that I'm just less than 2 months, but I was given that opportunity to also speak. So my voice also counts. And then I was able to understand some things relating them with what happened back in my country. And then what is applicable here in the US is there's a bit difference, but then I was able to manage in between the two of them, try to relate, and then I was able to also hear my own opinion. So it was good for me. Yeah.
That's a really good story.
Yeah.
IPP Crispin, anything that you could use? I know you talked a lot about Caitlin Cromit's thing.
Yeah, certainly. As someone in the upper years of our organization, just hearing about those generations and thinking about the different generations and how to interact and what the values have changed and giving of time and giving of the membership. Just knowing how the mindsets can be different, even in our large, 20-year age gap, there can be similarities as well as change. And then again, just excited to see the passion about the actual business of the organization, seeing the state presidents vote. I know that there's a couple times Serena, our general legal counsel, had to kind of make sure that everything was going well, and she did a fine job, especially with all the state presidents going in, and just a passion trying to get your state. I think I heard Virginia a couple times move different motions, so that was always good to hear how proud people were for their states.
Yeah, I even heard my little state of Mississippi, Bethany, did well. She got our name on the minutes too, so that is a little prideful thing for our state. So that is good to see. President Ebony, what about you?
I think what I took away from it was just for the overall feeling of it, just all of this empowerment that we received. I think I just took away that, professionally, just taking advantage of new opportunities and not being afraid and, being comfortable with being uncomfortable, which has been said a whole lot of times. And so taking on new challenges at work and not being afraid to do that. So I think I found some courage in attending the Empowerment Summit to do just that.
And last but not least, NVP Trey.
Well, I kept having a different answer that was taken. So I think your panel did an amazing job of expressing exactly how much I've learned this past week during the Empowerment Summit. So thank you to your panel for expressing my growth.
I mean, they've really answered phenomenally. Now, as with anything, there's good and there's bad. I'm a firm believer in corrective criticism. So do you see a way that we can grow and build this? Because I really do think that although I really want to see everybody in person and I really, really, really want to get hugs from everybody in person soon, I do believe that virtual might be financially a really good way for us to go. Because let's face it, not everybody's working. Our chapters haven't been out making money. This might be a viable way for us to continue to do things for a while. Maybe not forever, but even state-wise, just state conventions, obviously not forever, but might be an option. So is there anything that y'all saw that maybe we could do differently or do better, maybe more breaks, anything like that?
For me, I think change is actually constant. So the pandemic has actually opened us up to new ways of doing things. So I know the virtual meeting is not going anywhere. It has come to stay. Yeah, and then it also gives us the benefit that so things can be done even in our little confines. We can actually get things doing. I mean, 1 week was quite a long time for us to have a convention, and it seems like it was fully packaged, and then timings you have to juggle in between, and then you just summarize that you were able to meet up with, I mean, with everything in between work. Sometimes you have to put up your video, you're just listening. So the virtual has come to stay. I think what we need to do now is, for those of us that are not used to things done virtually, we just have to, I mean, force ourselves to see how well we can become very good in the usage of most of these packages, most of these softwares. I mean, there are a lot that actually came out during this pandemic. So Zoom, I don't know when Zoom, but I was shocked that there was something called Zoom. There's Telegraph. I mean, there's quite a number that some of us actually did not know about, but thank God for the pandemic. So the pandemic has its negative. I think these are part of the positives that the pandemic has actually brought to us, and we just have to embrace it. Though the physical tool still works, yeah, we still want to see ourselves, but the virtual has come to stay. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I really do agree. And maybe not, I still think it needs to be an option, maybe not full on completely virtual, but financially for a lot of people, it does make things, World Congress, for example, I've never been able to go, but now this year I'm able to attend. So financially speaking, this might just be an option, but it should still always be an option, I think. But we need to kind of perfect it because, yes, but we're always growing and learning. What about you, Tiara? Anything that you saw we could possibly do better?
I really don't know. This was my first time really doing anything outside of like a state, meeting or something like that. So I was just happy with everything. I didn't know any other way. So, it was just fine to me. Even as a first timer, I still felt like I could understand everything going on. I didn't feel left out. I didn't feel like I couldn't speak up or ask a question, or at the least I can just say something in the chat and somebody could get to me about it or something like that. So I think it was just fine. I do think maybe in the future other meetings will be maybe hybrid. You still want to meet in person, but still give other people opportunities to at least watch, or still take part in some way. So I think it was just fine.
Thank you. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I do think hybrid is going to be a new option. We have Senate President Ariel Jones joining us, and she says, good to hear so many first timers. Proud of Virginia. And she says, hi, IPP Crispin. Let's see. You could have that feature in your in-person convention. You can broadcast it live on Facebook or even Zoom. I agree, Ashley, I really do. President Ebony, is there any ways that maybe we could change, make better, or take into consideration?
Well, first I want to say that the organizers did a great job doing a first-time virtual event. It was even more than I could have expected, so I really appreciate all of the work that went into it. The one thing that I would change is just for like the Sunday parties with the states, they were all at the same time. I think, especially with it being on Sunday, we could have staggered them a little so that more of us could have gone to other parties just to, meet up with more people for a longer period of time. So that was the only thing that, I see that we could change in the future. But kudos to everybody for a great convention.
Yeah, I really do, especially being in different time zones. I think that would have been a really good idea because y'all could have started on East Coast time and then had it going Central time and then even otherwise. So that's a really good point to bring up. But they did do a phenomenal job for the amount of time that they had to plan because there was a lot of background wheels in motion IPP Crispin, anything that you want to add?
Just congratulations to all the organizers. It was noticed by me that you've learned from the other national conventions that have gone before and some of the other events. I remember very early on when we all did the 24-hour Finland and seeing they take the lead on that and how we brought in some of those different elements. Maybe having one central place where people can put up some information from what they're learning in the different sections. So there's one collective, what did I learn from this session? And just have it like a poster board. They'll post-it notes, put it up there, something like that. Or even a few people from my state of New York were saying, you know, it would be great for us to be able to promote our upcoming New York convention. So maybe have just a page where you can send to a moderator to post a poster of your upcoming event for a state or a local activity, something like that, just to make it in a virtual world a little bit more like what we're familiar with.
It's a really good idea too. Very good idea. Well, I have kept y'all for about 30 minutes now, so I really do appreciate y'all. I'm really glad that y'all attended our summit. Really enjoyed having this conversation with y'all. I really hope that we continue to be connected, and y'all go finish the Triple Crown because NVP-elect Marianne's still on here, and she's had 30 minutes that I've been on here doing this to go and compete more, and she's not beating me, you guys. Okay, so thank y'all all for joining me, and if I can't beat Marianne, I need y'all to beat Marianne, okay? Bye, you guys. We will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, panel.